Hello to all dear friends. In this tutorial, we want to learn how to easily extract a 2D view from a 3D model we've created in AutoCAD with just a few clicks. Well, as you know, to draw an elevation in the traditional way, you have to use the floor plans and the dimensions you have, and when you have complex volumes or highly detailed elevations and models, this process can be very time-consuming. Fortunately, AutoCAD gives us the ability that if we have drawn our desired 3D model in AutoCAD, we can easily extract its elevation. For example, we have this model here, which is related to the Geisel library. This is one of the models for which we have done the modeling in the Apadami AutoCAD package. And now, as an exercise, we want to extract the elevation from one of the sides of this model. To do this, the first step is to move from the 2D space into the 3D space. We select the 3D modeling option from the workspace section so that our workspace switches to the 3D AutoCAD environment, allowing us to access its features and tools. The first thing we need to do is go to the View section and set our view to one of the 2D projections. For example, I select the front view so that we can see our model from the front. Our working plane, where we want our drawings to be created and recorded, should also be set to the front plane. I'm going to turn off these grids or networks so we can see the model better, and to keep the workspace from getting too heavy, I'll change the style of this object to 2D wireframe. Now we want to use the FLATSHOT command. The FLATSHOT command can be accessed from the section panel and an option called FLATSHOT. Its shortcut key is FL. When we click on it, a window opens up and I'll explain some details about it to you. In the first section, we need to specify that the view we want to extract from this 3D model should be inserted as a new block, registered, and brought into our AutoCAD workspace. Or with the second option, we can replace one of the existing blocks in our AutoCAD workspace with the newly created block. But since we don't have any blocks here, we'll select Insert as New Block. Or we can export it entirely as a file from AutoCAD and then save it on our system with a DWG extension or other formats. For now, we want to insert it as a block into this same AutoCAD workspace. The next window asks us to specify the line type and color, and these settings are related to the foreground lines. The lines that are actually related to the elevation, and we can see them in the elevation view. We can either take their color from the layer or choose a specific color for them, but for now, we'll leave it as it is with this block. We can choose the white color and select its line type, whether it should be a continuous line or a dashed line. The choice is up to us. And the next important point is that we need to make sure the option in the obscured lines section is unchecked. If this option is checked, the lines that are behind the elevation and not visible to us will be shown. For example, in this 3D mass that we have, there might be some volumes inside it whose lines would be visible to us. If this option is checked, we need to uncheck it so that we only see the elevation lines and then click on Create. It takes a few seconds and then it generates this elevation for us. The first thing we need to do is click. By doing this, we've determined the placement of this elevation. And now it's asking us at what scale along the X and Y axis we want to insert or register our elevation. The default is set to 1, meaning no scale change, so I press Enter. For the Y axis, it's the same. I press Enter again. Then it asks me about the placement angle and I want it to be at 0 degrees, which is also the default. I press Enter and the work is registered here for me in 2D. As you can see, for a large-scale project like the model we had, drawing this elevation could have been very time-consuming using traditional methods, but we managed to draw it here very simply. As you can see, our work has been registered here as a block, and if we want to edit it, we need to use the Explode command. X, Enter, so that this block is broken down into its constituent lines and we can make edits to it. I recommend that you definitely check it with your model because sometimes there might be some errors in it. For example, let's say you identify this line as unnecessary and you can easily delete it. Now you can import your 2D view into a file. In AutoCAD's 2D workspace, you can change its layers. You can add dimensions to it, mark the axis lines, and easily use it as an elevation drawing. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Until the next free tutorial, goodbye.